Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be taking a look at organizing Kitchen Rush, designed by David Turchi with Vangelis Bagiartakis, published by Stronghold Games and Artipia Games. This is a fully sleeved copy of the game that is organized to speed up setup time of the game and includes the Piece of Cake expansion and all promo content with no lid lift. Now, that being said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure that you do. It is the best way to help us grow. But let's go ahead and take a look at how to organize Kitchen Rush. Inside the box, you're going to see that draped over the top, we have two little booklets. This is the campaign booklet for campaign play. You can put some sticky notes on the back so you don't have to rewrite on it. And then you also have the Piece of Cake expansion booklet if you decide to include any of those modules. Speaking of Piece of Cake content, we have our small Piece of Cake boards. These are going to go for those dessert trays, and they'll go on the left side of your main game board. Underneath that, we have our Piece of Cake expansion board. This is going to go attached to the kitchen and allow you to access all those dessert options. Underneath that, we have our spice bag. And then to the left, we have all of our art box containers that are going to be containing all sorts of ingredients from the expansions, the base game, as well as your cash and some extra tokens. These are all going to fit in these art box organizers. Now, these art box organizers are from the Dollar Tree. They're super useful. I really like how you can just open them up and leave them on the table. They're ready to go right away, and they're $1 a piece. I'll leave a link in the description below for some of these. Let's go ahead and look at that other art box organizer, and inside you'll see more of the spices and the ingredients from the base game here. So once again, just pop those open and put them on the table, and they're ready to go. Littered around, we have all of the sand timers for the game. You're just going to grab the ones that you need based on the color and then put the rest aside. Up next, we have some more of the expansion boards, including the cellar, the lid to the ice cream tray, and then the ice cream tray itself. So all these are just going to kind of fill in that empty space. We then have two bags of cards. This first bag here is going to be all the cards that you need for every game. These include the orders, everything that you'll need for a course setup. But then you have this other small bag here. This includes the expansion content. This game is pretty unwieldy right at the start, so you can casually add in the expansion content as you see fit. And it also helps with storage because you'll have this nice space here in this upper right corner that you can store these additional cards. So you can pick and choose what you add to each of these stacks, but I like having them separated for right now. The sleeves that we use for the game are the Fantasy Flight Purple. These have been replaced with the same standard European board game size through Gamegenic. I'll leave a link in the description below for those sleeves. Up next, we'll talk about the makeup decorating box. Now, I don't think you can actually purchase these, but I will try to find links below. Once again, another organizer from the Dollar Tree. You can definitely use another type of container or plastic bags if you like. But once again, I will try to find this container, but they have a really nice lid you just pop off and once again place on the center of the table. But these are going to store all sorts of different things. First off, in this left section, you're going to have all of your dishes. So these are for all the different plates and orders, all organized based on size. Next, you're going to have all of the unlockable tokens as well as the out of order tokens in this middle section. And then lastly, you'll have some of the expansion content. First, a silica gel packet for freshness. And then we have all of your wine tokens as well as your dessert ice cream orders specifically. So these will all just go in that right section here. And we simply put that lid back on top and it's ready to be stored or put on the center of the table. Really like this organizer. And lastly, filling out the bottom, we have all of our other boards. So we have our thin paper boards for the different players, as well as tracking your success. We have our main game board here. That's going to be on the bottom with all of your worker spaces available. And lastly, we have our main game rulebook. And that is everything for Kitchen Rush. Let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we start off with that base game rulebook, followed by our main game board, and then all of your thinner boards on top of that. We'll then take our makeup organizer and put it in this upper section, followed by all of our expansion cards, as well as our core game cards. And that'll go in that right section here. We'll then take our art box organizers and put them in the left side, and then our freezer for our ice cream and our expansion boards on the upper left. We'll then place the spice bag here, and then all of our sand timers will fill in this empty space just around all the other organizers, as well as your cards. So they fit nicely here, and they do fill that space well. And last but not least, we'll put those expansion boards, as well as our rule books in this empty space, and that is organizing Kitchen Rush. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Kitchen Rush? Do you enjoy the new expansion? How are you faring with its difficulty? I'd love to hear what you think. But thank you so much for watching SideGame Strong.